welcome Erika Martinez, who I'm going to read from this because she's a deep, deep young lady. Masters of Fine Art in English and Creative Writing from Oakland, California. Has a Fulbright Fellowship and a Hedgebrook Writing Residency Award winner. She is a Dominican-American writer. She won her Fulbright to the Dominican Republic in literature in 2007, and she is representing one representative of 1,450 United States citizens who travel abroad for the 2008-2000 academic year. She is currently continuing to work in the Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic, editing an anthology of narratives by Dominican women. She is using her talents, she's sharing her talent to train teachers in the Dominican Republic to ripple out the education and the experience to support writers in the DR so that her talent becomes compounded and magnified out to the DR, and therefore growing more writers, more poets, more artists. Sunny Taylor talked about poetry and she brought it out in music. Other artists will bring it out in visual arts, and then you have the spoken word that will speak to your hearts as well. Well, Erika was a member of the Teatro Luna. Her work was adapted for the stage and presented at INTAD and PSNBC's Hears Theater in New York City. She is well-traveled. Her writing has been featured in several publications, including Color Lines Magazine, The Womanist, Revista Ping Pong, as well as Seal Press anthology, Homelands. It's called Women's Journey Through Race, Place, and Time. Erika's poetry was part of the Terror exhibit at San Francisco's Intersection for the Arts and has been heard on KPFA Public Radio. She was a fellow at the National Writing Project in New Hampshire Summer Institute and continues to work to establish a National Writing Project site in Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic. We have with us tonight a very talented, well-traveled, deeply respected, and a poet from the heart. Remember that our youth start in our communities, in our families, in our neighborhoods, and this is how we support them to bloom the way that we have seen these artists on stage tonight come into their womanhood. So on behalf of TRIAC, we would ask you to please warmly, warmly welcome Erika Martinez to Fort Wayne, Indiana.
Hi everybody, thank you so much. Thank you for that introduction, and thank you TRIAC for inviting me to this event. I'm so honored and happy to be a part of helping TRIAC keep its doors open. I know that when I was growing up, arts organizations in my town, at the time I was living in Padron, they really helped me make it through some really difficult times and kept me alive. So let's keep TRIAC doors open.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be reading some poems, and if there's a little time left, I will read from a memoir piece that I'm going to include in the anthology that I'm editing. I started writing a memoir when I went to Mills College in Oakland, and when I finished, I started taking a lot of stuff out, but I didn't want to throw it out, and I started making poems out of them. And now I have a lot of poems. I took a lot of stuff out. It's kind of like a memoir in verse. And this is one of the early poems, Where a Baby Should Be. In Santo Domingo, they left me for more than a year. I was 3 in my first memory, day of my return to the nest in Brooklyn. A baby should be with its mother. But what I remember is being in the arms of my father, asleep, his breath and words the silence in which to rest. I was one when they left me for more than a year. I fell heavy into a dream that night of slumber, him holding me up to a rose, red petals against my chest. Only when the doctor said a baby should be with its mother did they send for me, not before. Not an ear heard my tantrums across the oceans as a request for a reason of why they left me for more than a year. But it wasn't my toddler mind trying to infer the loss. It was my heart. That's where I hold the memory best, and the dream. A baby should be with its mother. Yet throughout the night, it was my father who held me near, knowing that to let me go would leave us dispossessed. How could they have left me for more than a year? They brought me back, knowing a baby should be with its mother. With music. This is based on a song I used to hear on a record, and it went, Pollito, chick, gallina, hen, lápiz, pencil, y pluma, pen. Tune to teach 2 languages rolled towards my ears each morning when Mommy placed needle on vinyl. Through song, I learned how different sounds could mean the same. A record of where and how they met. When speakers fell silent, the melody lived on inside my head, grooming me for life between 2 worlds.